Ag Day Weather, brought to you by
Longer lasting protection, advanced plant health benefits, consistent performance, Preaxor fungicide for soybeans, and otherworldly fungicide.
Here's something you don't see every day, a naturally formed spinning disc of ice. Retired engineer George Loring found it on the Cheyenne River near Leonard, North Dakota. George was out hunting when he came across the weather phenomenon. Ice circles are rare because they require just the right conditions. Beyond the cold air, the river must be at the point of freezing, an eddy must be circling, and the current has to be slow enough. Isn't that neat, Mike?
I've never seen anything close to that.
Yeah, I guess it's just
amazing.
really rare to come across these
Wow.
things. So what about this week? More cold air? Are we going to warm up at all? Or?
Well, we are going to warm up a little bit in the east, mainly because of this big trough digging in out west. But once that moves east, it's cold blast again coming into the eastern parts of the country by next weekend. But at least we are going to warm up for a brief period of time. Let's put the jet stream into motion. One of the things that's important is that storm system in the northwest. That's going to produce a lot of snow. Especially in the higher elevations of Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. As you can see, it kind of phases in with the northern portions of the jet stream, and then as we head toward the end of the week, that is a direct shot right off the Arctic Circle into the northern Rockies, and that whole system will come east and the cold air will spread east after we get through Thursday. So that's something we'll be watching this week, exactly how that happens. But we are thinking that it warms up at least a little bit for most of the eastern parts of the country, at least compared to what you've been seeing, because we've been below normal across most of the Corn Belt over the past couple of weeks. So temperatures this week, we are going below normal from Wisconsin all the way back to the west coast, as you can see there, and that is really going to be blasting in. This may be something where you're mild, at least for a day or two to start the week, but then you turn very cold, and so it ends up below normal. I will go above normal for southeast Texas up to about Tennessee, back down to Florida, but you folks may be turning cold by the end of the week and into next weekend as well. Near normal then for the Great Lakes and the Northeast. And of course, that means you start cold, you warm up a little bit, and then you turn cold again at the end of the week. But it all comes out pretty close to normal the way it looks right now. Precipitation this week then, a couple of things. We do see that system coming in out west, and so that's going to produce a fair amount of moisture from California on up through much of the central and northern Rockies into Montana, the Dakotas. And then as the system comes farther east, we will see it pulling up the Gulf moisture out ahead of it. So we'll go above normal from the Gulf Coast all the way into the Great Lakes as well, and there will be some lake effect also at the end of the week as we head through the Great Lakes. Below normal precipitation expected for central and western portions of Texas. Now here's my winter outlook. This is basically the 90-day outlook, and you can see I'm a little bit different than the Climate Prediction Center, and I'm fairly confident about this. Everything, in my opinion, is set up for a pretty cold winter for most of the Corn Belt. Well, that's the entire Corn Belt. That goes everywhere from extreme eastern Washington down to central and northern Texas, northern Louisiana, and on up into western New England. Everybody in there I'm expecting to be below normal. Near normal along the East Coast because you will have occasional warm-ups, and then above normal for a small part in the Southwest. Precipitation for this coming winter expected to be above normal for southeast Texas all the way into the Appalachians and up to the Great Lakes. Of course, with that being below normal temperatures, you're going to expect above normal snowfall in a lot of this area. In fact, above normal snowfall probably expected back into the Central Plains as well, because most of what falls will be snow. Above normal also Montana, Wyoming, parts of Washington. The only below normal area is from about the Four Corner region right through Southern California and southern portions of Arizona. Also central and south Florida I expect to be below normal. That's a look across the country. Now let's take a look at some local forecasts. First of all, for Haver, Montana, windy and cold with snow at times. High temperature of only 27 and then falling. For McAllister, Oklahoma, mostly sunny and chilly, high around 54. And finally, Columbus, Ohio, variably cloudy, rather cold, the afternoon high of 40.